All right, rock and roll, baby.
Let's get it.
We're good to go. All right, guys, we're back with Total Disclosure live from the studio in Boston. Mark's back in house. Dude, you got an apartment in New York.
Finally found a place.
Yeah, so tell us what's going on with that.
Dude, it was like a last minute thing. I was down there for school and went down there with my mom, and we're gonna go check out some places. And found a place down in Bay Ridge last minute on Saturday.
How close is that to like Manhattan and stuff?
It's a bit of a hike. It's about 45 to an hour.
Oof. And then how far from here?
From here?
Dropping it. Yeah, from here.
From here, it's far. It's very far.
Like a four an hour?
Probably like 4 hours, yeah.
So how are you going to do that?
So I'm moving all my stuff down there, probably like December.
And then what what happens from then?
And then I rent the place, and
you don't come back?
That's my home base for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Probably come back on weekends and whatnot.
Yeah. Come back, do the show. I'll come out with you sometimes.
Exactly.
We can do it both ways.
Yeah.
Is your house going to be big enough for a studio? Not a studio, but like a place to do a show?
Yeah, actually, it's kind of sick. It's a converted living room. It's going to be my room. So, gonna have like a whole living room area, and I'll have, a nice spot for my room. So it's going to be sick.
All right.
I'm actually so excited.
And guys, while he's rolling that up and we're getting started, we're getting the party started in the studio here. I just want to say, shout out to our podcast audience on audio platforms like Apple, Spotify. Dude, the listens, just that I uploaded that episode audio only from last week.
Oh, yeah.
And in the first hour, it had 700 listens. So
wow.
That's like the first hour. So huge shout out to that audience.
Love it.
And I'd love to see it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and rate and review on podcast platforms. Really helps the algorithm. And don't forget to sign up for TubeBuddy. If you're a content creator like me, it helps you with SEO, title, ideas, analytically, everything from start to finish with video production. If you don't have TubeBuddy, you're really screwing yourself. All right, I'll say that from the heart because that shit helps me all the time. It really does. It gives you it gives you ideas. It'll recommend videos to you like, hey, why don't you try making a video about this topic? Super cool. I love it. Use code POP in the description below. It's tubebuddy.com/POP, and you can get your monthly subscription for a little discount, as well as Movie Palette, moviepalette.com. Use code CultureCorner15 and get your favorite movie locked on canvas and bring your man cave together, baby. Now that bullshit's out of the way. God, hate paying the bills. I hate paying the bills. No, I'm just kidding. I love paying the bills. Dude, you brought something up that's really interesting to me, like right off the jump today, and that was the moon.
Oh, yeah.
So the moon, here at Total Disclosure, we're not necessarily conspiracy theorists, but I will say the moon is interesting. It's an interesting idea with some of the conspiracies about maybe how it's hollow, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. What was it? Tell me what you sent me.
So I sent you a link by this guy on Instagram I saw. He was basically talking about the depth of the craters and how they're all the same depth for some reason.
Yeah. So, okay, think about this, though. If you squeezed... So Neil deGrasse Tyson said this. He was on a podcast one time, and he was talking about the Earth. And he said, with all our buildings... with all the buildings, like think about all the rocky mountains and all the shit Earth has.
Yeah.
If you compressed it to the size of a marble, it would be smooth.
Yeah, it'd be the smooth. I saw him say that.
Yeah,
it was like it'd be the smoothest marble you ever felt.
you'd ever fucking touch.
Yeah.
So think about the moon. It's gonna have the same effect. The craters eventually over time are going to. It's not the same effect, but there's no atmosphere on the moon.
Yeah.
So it's all just sitting there, getting rocked, literally rocked. And maybe I don't know if you could prove that the craters are the same depth.
Well, so what they were saying,
they're definitely not the same width.
Yeah, what they were saying was like you would have different size diameters of the crater, which means bigger objects hit them, and they would all be almost the same exact depth. And they could see this from the satellites that they have pointed at the moon. They could, do I forget what it's called,
they got
some sort of like LiDAR
ways.
system or whatever. Yeah. Anyways. they were all the same depth. They all went down to the same
Ground-penetrating
spot. So it was like almost like they hit something harder than the crust at some point.
Okay, so when you say harder, what do you mean?
Well, like it was
Like-
basically
like
impenetrable.
metal?
Like yeah, like a solid.
Ting ting.
Yeah, exactly. Like a solid like.
I mean,
yeah,
you
like a
ever looked
solid
at the moon
core.
and just thought, that's fucking weird.
It's so weird. And the fact that there was another thing I wanted to talk to you about was the dimensions of it. It's
Yeah.
like it's like exactly
And it doesn't spin,
yeah. No, it's in a fixed spot around
which
our
is very peculiar for our universe.
weird. It's very weird. But also it's exactly I think it was like 3,000 or 300 times smaller than the sun.
Yeah.
And the sun is 300 times further than the moon. So they line up perfectly with those for the solar eclipse.
Right,
That's
right.
why we have a solar eclipse
Right.
because it's that perfect dimension. And it's like
It just so
okay,
happens to.
it's just so perfect like that.
And if we could survive without the moon. We just wouldn't have tides.
Yeah, we wouldn't have tides.
But if we lost the moon after having it, that's fucked. Like chaos.
Yeah,
Now
it
that the
destroys.
moon's there, if it got destroyed, our planet would be plummeted into chaos, and we would probably recover from it. But I mean, it'd be fucked. It'd be fucked. And dude, that's what I want you to watch this show. I wrote a bunch of stuff down about Ancient Apocalypse.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix.
Okay.
Right now, it's Graham Hancock, and he's talking about.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's the one that's talking about this technology.
That was the one I was telling you about the like we think civilization might be like millions of years older.
Because they think that we go back. Humans, we emerged about 300,000 years ago, they say.
Mm-hmm.
But Graham is saying that not only did we emerge earlier than that, we were advanced way earlier
Way
than they think.
earlier, yeah.
Like by thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, and it was a cataclysm.
Right, and there was a huge ancient apocalypse
Yeah.
that wiped out an advanced species, or advanced enough where they could build these things like I can't remember all the temples' names. Galeki Tempe.
Yeah.
If that's not how it that was pronounced terrible. But that is remarkable,
Yeah.
and it predates anything.
That's the one in Peru, right?
Well, let's look it up.
I believe so. Because that was the one that fucked with scientists. Because
Yeah,
they were
no.
like,
It fucked with. So it didn't fuck with scientists. It fucked with archaeologists.
Archaeologists, yes. But they're scientists. But anyway.
I guess, yeah. I guess they're like rock scientists.
No,
Yeah.
archaeologists are human scientists. I
was making a joke about because they're rock scientists. They study the earth and the ground and
Sure.
stuff. Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever, dude. Anyways, yeah, no, it fucks with their whole like understanding of it because they think they crossed the Bering Strait at a certain point and they work their way down to South America. But that being there predates the Bering Strait, so it's like, all right, what the fuck are we talking about?
Right. You were talking about this last time, and we didn't actually get to that part.
Yeah.
God, I can't find it.
Probably butchering the spelling.
I really am. It's God, I wish we had call-ins. We're gonna do that soon. Call-ins.
Go
I'll get- 'cause we
Göbekli
can-
Tepe?
I can hook up my phone to this, and then
Yeah.
people can call in through Google, and it will come through the headphones.
Oh.
Yeah. This
Oh,
thing's
yeah, you
sick,
were
dude.
talking about that last time, yeah.
Because it's got the phone option. See the third one?
Yeah.
Third one's got the phone option.
Oh,
So you
okay.
plug the phone in through like some means on the side there, and then you do Google. You wouldn't give out your number.
Yeah.
Like you give out.
Yeah,
Google.
you do like a WhatsApp number or something like that.
But anyway, these monolithic structures that were built
Yeah.
predate. Jesus Christ. I'm good on that.
I'll have one over here.
Woo! That's that good, boys and girls.
Yes, sir.
But these monolithic structures are challenging what we perceive as human history.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is important. And I think it's really important for us as a human species to be willing to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because if you can't be wrong, then you shouldn't be right either.
I mean, that's pretty much what science is about. Like
It's about the scientific process.
Yeah, it's
And-
like you're everything's wrong like until we know something more.
Right. Did you know that? So for Graham
Yeah.
Hancock, in this, he tried to go film the serpent. So the hill, the Serpent Hill
Okay.
in Ohio.
Yeah. The Serpent Mound.
Serpent Mound, yeah. They wouldn't let him in because his narrative, they literally emailed him.
Yeah.
The email said,
Goes
and he
against
shows
that.
it,
Yeah.
goes against what we know is the truth. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
So
That is
stupid.
the definition
like
of
flies in the
censorship.
face of, that flies in the face of like everything.
They wouldn't
about
let him
science.
film it. They wouldn't let him go on the property. They
Oh
wouldn't
my
let him do
God.
anything. All these
How
other sites let him
stupid.
in. You know,
Because they don't want to be challenged.
because
Like,
they don't want to be
fuck
challenged.
you.
The scientific community and the archaeological societies are
Oh,
so hell bent
off.
on the stories that
Dude, because they're so proud of it. They're
And they
so
don't wanna
proud
go
that they
back and
figured
rewrite the history.
Well, they're so proud they figured it all out. They're like, hey, we got our story set. Like, we
Yeah.
figured it out.
yeah,
We're
that's
good
that
now.
is that pride, money.
Yeah.
Do you think that there could possibly be an active cover up in our beginning, like our how we were created?
Dude,
do
if
you think someone knows and they're like, no, I'm not telling them shit?
Well, dude, if it's a little fucking out there and they're just like,
oh yeah, by the way, aliens mixed us up.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to believe us with this one, but yeah, let's just do something a little like more PG.
Yeah. Yeah, we came out of the water as amoeba, and then eventually we became monkey.
Well, I
and
believe
then-
that. I believe like the evolution part up to that. But like as far as the start of our civilization, there is so much unknown. I mean, you had for like thousands of years, cultures would just invade other cultures, burn the shit to the ground, destroy all their history, and replace it with theirs. So it's like it's no wonder we lost a bunch of shit. But to have a cover up, I mean, I
You don't
couldn't
know?
doubt it.
You don't think that there'd be a and I'm talking about like an active, like they know that, say, so Richard Doty not testified, but in his testimony to Dr. Greer said that he witnessed an interrogation of a being and closed circuit cameras.
Really?
Yes, and the being, eventually they figure out how they could communicate very basically.
Okay.
Very, very basically.
Like a rival? Like they had to like figure out like drawings. on the
Something
plane?
like that, dude. Honestly, art
Dude,
imitates life.
Movies get it right a lot.
So that's a good point. But ours was way more basic.
Yeah.
So ours was way more basic. It was more like sign language kind of thing. But so anyway, this thing tells us that we are a mix. So they tampered with our DNA.
Okay.
And we are the product of a peace treaty between malevolent and benevolent entities
Really?
that exist in the Galactic Federation.
See, I fucking love that narrative.
Yeah, and we are a treaty. We were created as a free will and independent culture on Earth, which has always been a place that these aliens or extraterrestrials like to visit because it was so different everywhere. Like, there's a lot of planets are the same all around. Like Mars.
Oh,
Mars is a
okay.
big desert.
I get it,
all the
yeah.
way around.
Yeah.
The moon is a big fucking thing all the way. It's the same all the way around.
Well, you have like a gas planet. It's gonna be shitty all the way around.
But
there.
Earth is mountains, oceans, forests.
Well,
Like,
again, you
like
like-
it's like a galactic Disneyland.
it kind of
right?
you're kind of right. Wow, I never really thought about it like that. You have a piece of every sort of environment.
Literally, it's paradise. We live in a paradise, but we don't know it.
Dude,
We really live in a paradise, and just like that's why
I love that fucking narrative.
you got to think about it.
Why
Look
not?
at Mars. What, would you rather live there?
Well, I mean,
No,
they think
no,
it was.
I'm
it looked-
asking as a
I know, but they
rhetoric.
think it kind of looked like ours before it
Of
lost
that-
its atmosphere.
before whatever because they got that big ass scar across Mars.
Yeah.
And the asteroid belt is between Mars and Jupiter. So they think that there was another planet there. And that planet got
Really?
rocked.
And they like brushed up against each other.
And this planet exploded, created the asteroid belt, but also rocked Mars in the process. That's where it got the scar.
Oh, shit.
That's a theory.
I like it.
Because where did the
Yeah, how do you get
asteroid
a scar,
belt
how
come
do you
from?
get a scar that big? Yeah, and
And where
like
did
you
the
said-
asteroid belt come from?
What?
And they think there's another planet that circles our sun once every like 7,000
Yeah, they
years.
call it like Planet X. or
Planet
some
X.
Shit.
It's all the way out there. We can't even
Or
see it because it's so
Nibiru.
far
What's
out.
another name for it?
Yeah, but then again, it like makes me think with the James Webb telescope pictures that we've been getting.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be hard not to know that thing was there now.
It would be, yeah.
Like, they haven't pointed their sights down.
Well, just like they can like figure out like gravitational pull now, and they can like tell how much these planets are pulling each other.
Yeah,
They
but
would they would notice some sort of anomaly.
So the reason how they notice it is when you're looking at the star, when it blips,
Yeah.
something just passed in front of it.
Yeah.
So there might be a planet. There could possibly be a planet, a moon, something that's what starts the investigation.
Yeah.
Is they see something come across it, dim the light,
And they're like, "There's something.
yes,
there's something there.
There's something
Okay.
there that's worth investigating."
Gotcha.
And that's what triggers the search. There's also that part of our galaxy, and our light canopies of cities and shit, especially in New York, has drowned out the best show in the world.
Oh yeah.
The best show in the world. You go to like deep Maine and look
I
up
was
into the sky.
literally just gonna say
oh
that.
my god.
My parents got a place up in Maine, and like you go up there and like you can just look up the skies. You can see the entire Milky Way.
And there's like this weird one spot with nothing. Have you ever seen it?
no,
Dude, it's freaky.
Really?
There's like this weird
dead spot?
triangle of nothing.
really.
It's like they think something's there that is fucking with it.
Yeah, it's just like
because
obscuring
it's
all
just
those
very
things.
strange.
Yeah,
The whole galaxy is filled with millions and millions of stars. And then there's just like this weird fucking empty. And it's like, what could be there?
dude. So like, are we on the fucking Truman Show? Are we literally
We're
just
jumping
being?
so far in now.
All right, are we literally
Gentlemen,
just?
we've entered the rabbit hole.
It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've entered the rabbit hole. But let me read this. So, in the Netflix series Ancient Apocalypse, the 72-year-old, Graham Hancock's 72 now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
He looks good for his age. He attempts to put together a comprehensive picture of the early human civilization that may have occurred before the time that historians and archaeologists focus on.
Yeah.
The highly anticipated Netflix docuseries Ancient Apocalypse premiered on Friday. Yada yada. His travel across the globe. Tebeki. I almost had it.
Glabekki Tepe.
Yes, Glabekki Tempe.
Glabekki Tepe.
Woo!
There we go.
It's not on there either. I swear to God. Glabekki Tempe. That's what it is. Something about seeing Graham Hancock just clicked it.
Yep.
Um,
Just makes you smarter.
yeah, I guess so. Who is Graham Hancock? This is the one I wanted to read. Graham Hancock is a world-renowned British journalist and author of 12 books. Most of his work has explored how ancient cultures like Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Mesoamerica connect with old, unknown civilizations from where they originated. Think about all the similarities. They all built temples. They all built pyramids.
Yeah. Not just temples, pyramid temples.
Like that all look very same.
Yeah.
They all have like serpents carved into them. And they're so similar. And how does mainstream science not look at that and be like, huh?
Yeah. How can you explain that away?
Connect.
How can you explain that away?
Literally.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
connect.
it goes across like a straight line.
A ley line.
Yeah.
That's where the ley lines are. So it goes across the ley line, and they say so. There's something in astronomy that the way our world. It's not just a perfect.
Yeah, we're at a tilt.
Yeah, we're not a perfect sphere.
Yeah.
There's
we're
a bulge.
an oval because we're spilled.
Yep,
because
there's
we're
a bulge.
spinning. Yeah.
So there's a bulge on the Earth.
Yeah.
This makes the gravitational field bump up a little bit, and when it makes us perceive something slightly off.
Yeah, like looking through a fisheye lens.
There's like a depth perception issue over time. Now, it's fucked up. It's so hard to explain. And then there's also another phenomenon where we're on our axis, and every 72,000 years, it shifts 2 degrees. It like wobbles. So that's why the serpent doesn't exactly line up. It's 2 degrees off.
Oh.
The sun isn't, to the naked eye, you'd be
too
like, oh, it's
old, yeah.
perfect. But it's 2 degrees off,
Yeah.
off center. That's because that's how they know.
It used to be perfect.
It used to be perfect, and it was last perfect 14,000 years ago.
Wow.
So that would predate what archaeologists and scientists say
And that
about
means they probably
advanced
made
civilization.
it like 1,000 years before that because they were like, all right, this is
They
going to be
think it's
good.
a reconstruction.
Really?
So they think, he proposes a theory. What if when we carbon dated this thing and got to the year that we thought, it was a reconstruction, not a build. It was already there.
Fuck, yeah.
They
were just maintaining it, yeah.
Yes. To because then
Like
the
we
rest of it.
maintain like the fucking like
Everything.
Old ass
Everything.
Sistine Chapel and
Literally
shit.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
So
the fuck?
dropping fact. That's why this show is so good. It's like
Yeah.
he's just hitting you.
Well, dude,
one after
and
another.
this is the kind of shit. It's like, all right, it makes sense as you're saying it and talking about it. So it's like, how are we just ignoring this now? If
That's
this
the problem.
if this makes more sense in the narrative they're pushing,
That's the thing.
Why is this so fringe?
That's the thing. The excuse that's given nowadays is often more obscure than the original story put forth that they're trying to actively cover up.
And it makes you lean a little more towards it because
You're
you're like, I don't know about that.
Bro, what's wrong with you? Like, clearly there's something there. And
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing. What? Just because they fucking something connected these three, that is a mystery that we get to jump into.
Yeah.
Why are we so scared of
It
that?
should be exciting, yeah.
And yes, at any moment, something could happen,
Yeah.
and we're all gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't live like that.
No.
You cannot live like that, because if you live like that, then you will never truly live. If you live like you're gonna die, well, okay, because living like you're gonna die tomorrow might be a good thing, like for a day.
YOLO.
But yeah, but not every day. You shouldn't live like you're gonna die. Like something's. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Like, embrace the future.
Yeah,
right?
we're
Let's
supposed to
try
be
better.
curious. Like, we're supposed to get out there and fucking
Solve
find out
these
new way to
mysteries.
do things, and and like maybe rewrite the past because of fucking find out new
People have
information.
People call Graham a pseudoscientist,
Yeah.
a pseudo archaeologist, and a pseudo journalist, and he's just an investigative journalist.
Because he
He's
just haps me pointing at the holes in all their arguments.
Yeah, and honestly, it's very, very uncomfortable, because and then he goes on Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does this man drop an eight episode bomb on the world, and Netflix, shout out to Netflix for just letting the creator create.
Yeah.
Because
They're doing that a lot. I love
That's
it.
something Netflix does so well, is they will not. They stand by their creator.
Well, if it's good content, it's good content.
They stand by
That's
the
what that's
creator,
their bottom
and they
line.
stand by their model.
Yeah.
And if people attack it, even if they might be wrong, they'll still stick with the creator.
Well, dude, because it's like some people are really going to like something and some people are really going to hate it. You're not going to fucking please everyone.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's like, put out stuff that's good, and the people who like it will watch it, and the people who don't fucking have to.
No, even the people that hate will watch it.
They probably
hate
will.
watch.
They'll watch it too.
They love to hate watch.
It's true.
So, that's why another thing, like this, there's this kid, Truth Seekers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Dude, he's out there. And he was talking about James Fox, and he was like, oh, moment of contact's all bullshit. Moment of contact's this, moment of contact's that. And I'm just sitting there like, you haven't brought up one actual factual, like one actual
Like,
fact
real debunking
that-
of it. Yeah.
Yes. You're just saying
Your opinion.
It should have been a moment of profit. And his opening is like a super like sexist, like fucking 80s porn looking alien dance. And dude, it's the creepiest thing I've ever seen. And then he goes on and he's just shit talking James Fox. And I'm like, and at the end he goes, and I reached out to James and he wouldn't come on the show. It's like, cool. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why you're
Yeah,
mad.
exactly. You're
That's
bitter.
why. And he goes, he's doing all this circle jerk podcasts. It's like, that's how you sell a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Have you ever? Clearly, this kid does not know the business, because in order to sell a film, yeah, sometimes you have to go on fucking shows that are hippy dip, or not hippy dippy, but you're not gonna go on a show with 6,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
You're gonna go on a show with 50,000 subscribers.
Yeah, you want more reach.
Yeah, that's how you sell shit.
Yeah.
So, and that's how everybody in the UFO community is grifting to some degree. Everybody's trying to make money
Yeah.
doing this,
Yeah.
finding the mystery, right? So to some degree, even if you're a YouTube content creator who talks about UFOs, you're semi-grifting the community.
Oh yeah.
You're putting entertainment
I mean, everyone's
in hopes to
piggybacking
turn,
because,
make
like,
money.
Yeah.
I'm grifting you right now. I'll tell it. I'll say it. I would like your money. And I'm not afraid to say it, right? And that's the thing. You can't be afraid to say it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll sit here and talk, and I'll give you entertainment.
Yeah.
I take the time to build this,
Yeah.
right? For a reason. And it used to be for a different reason. But now I'm super passionate. And there's something new and invigorated about me, which is, it's this craziest thing. But it also scares me a little bit. Because am I ever going to be able to go back
Yeah.
to being quote unquote normal.
Yeah.
Think about that. It's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start trying to contact aliens,
Mm-hmm.
you're not really normal anymore.
Once
you make movies about contacting aliens,
you've entered
you're not
into the fringe
You've
area.
really, really gone down the rabbit hole. So until vindication comes, you're kind of going to be looked at sideways in the mainstream community.
Yeah.
Right? That's just the way it is.
Even though in the back of their mind, they're kind of like, oh, something's going to make sense.
They're jealous.
Yeah.
The other one is a 29-minute limit, I found out. That's what's going on. And you
shit.
can't bypass it. So I have to get a little remote. We'll just click it. Click it.
And
Bah,
like
bah,
have
bah,
like
bah.
a timer there or
Yeah,
some
yeah.
shit. I like it.
But there's really honest to God, would you fly with me to one of these places like Serpent Mound and perform meditation and contact?
Why one of those places?
Because they're clearly of value spiritually and to some degree. Think about it. One of these places is something about them. People say when they go to Globeki Tempe,
Yeah.
right? People say when they go to
It's like an
Serpent Mound
energy center or
that there's
something like
something
that.
about it that they can feel.
Yeah, I've heard that. Okay.
The ancient pyramids of Giza. That, dude, standing in front of that, are you fucking kidding me? There's got to be some fucking, oh my God. Like, what is that?
Well, I mean, maybe the whole Earth is like that, though.
But these things, these marvelous feats that we can't really explain.
Yeah.
They try to explain the pyramids like, dude, they put like the logs in the wet sand, then they rolled the 7,000 pound granite.
Yeah.
Listen to this. I got a fact for you. They rolled the This is so stupid. People, as mainstream scientists, I'm shocked. I really am. They rolled the granite blocks. Now, mind you,
Yeah.
these blocks
It's like 10-ton
were
blocks.
they were like 9 cars put together.
Yeah.
These granite blocks for the king's chamber. They rolled them on logs in wet sand for 5,000 miles, and then
I think it's
lugged them,
500
and then
miles.
lugged them up
Yeah.
this fucking giant
Yeah.
thing inside.
Yeah, they
and
were
made
trying to
the king's
explain it
chamber.
away like they had ramps and shit. It's like, no.
That-
You need a ramp like 10 miles long
We
for a
could
good
not.
slope like
I
that.
promise you, if someone was given the task, recreate the Pyramid of Giza,
Couldn't.
the exact recreate it
No.
with modern technology, recreate it not next to it, but somewhere else that you could do it and it wouldn't fucking
Yeah.
affect the landscape because you don't want to fuck with those places.
Yeah.
Like, we need to be careful about that too. I want to say that.
What?
These places like Serpent Mound, these places like Globeki Tempe, these
Mm-hmm.
places like the pyramids shall never be harmed. Unless like a meteor fucking hits it.
Yeah, we suck though.
Yeah, but we need to stop sucking.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
As a society, we need to embrace the things. Have you ever seen $1 million?
No.
Do you know it exists?
Yeah.
Right. My point. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Right? Do you believe that they're like some sort of spirits? Because when I talk about making contact, like the CE5 protocols that thousands and thousands of people around the world do and have success with, have really fun not encounters like they fucking jump out of a ship at you. Like, they just fucking fly by in the sky and do crazy shit.
Yeah.
And you film, like, you get to, you ask can I film it? And if they come, clearly they say yes, right? But if they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
But there's something about these places that I would like to film a series that we go to these places, perform that.
See, what I'm confused about is like what you're seeing. Because like,
I'll show you some. Well, you know
okay,
what? We'll
I
watch some fucking videos.
well, no, I saw the last
No,
video
no,
you
no.
were talking about with the Brazilian incident.
No, I'm not. But I'm not even talking.
And those were like these
I
like,
wanna,
little, like flashes they dot in like
No, I'm
coming
gonna
in
show
and
you
out
some
and
real
And
shit.
it's like
I'm gonna show you some
it's
real
like,
shit
is
right
that
now.
a spacecraft or like I don't know like
I'll make sure that I put the video up for people to see while what we're watching. I'll play it to here.
okay.
But I'll show you some crazy CE5 videos, dude, of some insane power ups like CE5 compile. Oh yeah, what time do you have to gotta go?
Oh no, I got time.
Yeah, I know, but
I got plenty of time.
plenty of
We'll see what
time.
happens.
But talk to me. So while I find it, talk to me. Do you think that like there's a correlation between you. Do you think that by connecting that you might not have a choice with who you connect with?
I just know, like, I have more, like, for me to understand what's going on, I think of it more as, like, a physical thing. You know, like, these are beings from other worlds. They're way more advanced than us. They came here. They're checking shit out. Okay? I can I can get my head around that.
Okay.
The whole interdimensional travelers and, like, they're just kind of, like, peeking into our universe and shit, that's where it gets a little fuzzy for me.
Okay.
I'm like, so who are we talking to here? Like, are you, like, do you think you're talking to ghosts? Do you think you're talking to some being from another universe?
Right.
Like, or are you talking to an alien through, like, telepathy? Like, what's going on?
All right. I think that's the 43-inch. No, it's the 48-inch Roku. Okay. So this is one video from Dr. Greer. I'll have it up for the viewers and the listeners as well, but it's gonna play in a second. This is a CE5 night vision, and we'll watch another one after that shows some other crazy shit because I know they sent it to me, but I have to kind of scroll back and find it.
Okay.
I don't know why it's taking so long, but CE5 isn't what like there are group events where the photographers will be there.
Yeah.
And they'll take pictures of them meditating, and something is in the picture. So check this out. So they use the laser pointers. Why is it in such schmitty quality?
Yeah, I was gonna say. We got better cameras than that these days.
No, I think it's on like 144p. You see, okay, but you see the thing powering up.
Yeah. Okay.
They're pointing at it and asking it. Oh, it's in 720. Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah. So like, what do you think that is?
I think it's them. Honest to God, I think they've figured out a protocol to.
They have figured out this
Look,
protocol for us?
watch. So they're shining. So they're putting the lasers out, and they're. By the way, so mind you, the whole time they had just meditated for an hour before this.
Okay.
Asking for, any peaceful extraterrestrial civilizations.
Emphasis on the peaceful.
Emphasis on the peaceful. If any peaceful extraterrestrial civilizations would like to come here and
say
make
hi.
contact with us, like we would, you open yourself up to it, and you ask for it, and you ask in this event.
You're asking for like aliens though. Like, who are you talking to?
You're talking to the inner. Meditation is all
No,
about.
I know it is.
Finding yourself.
I meditate myself. I understand what it is, but like I'm just saying, like,
So you're
focusing on this, and you're asking
the one consciousness. The theory about how there's only one mind in the world.
Sure. Okay.
That's who you're talking to.
Okay.
So it seems to be that they have access to some form of communication that can be accepted through thought.
Okay.
And some higher form of meditation. Listen, I don't fucking get it either. That's why I want to investigate it. Okay. Listen, I've never done it full on. I want to investigate it, see if this shit is actually happening.
Sure.
Because what the videos show are some insane feats that cannot be explained by conventional means.
Yeah.
Because they are literally pointing at it. The thing beams, powers up, and then boom, takes off or folds back into itself. Like, the videos are hauntingly awesome.
Okay.
Like, imagine all of a sudden you're meditating, you're asking, I'm just kidding. That's not how you meditate. That's really not how you do it.
So,
and then all of a sudden you look up.
Okay,
you put the laser,
and it's there.
And then after you ask for a peaceful civilization, you visualize where you are on the earth. And then use the laser pointer as a guide. You visualize where you are on the earth. So wherever you are at that moment, visualize it. Visualize the earth. Zoom in like Google Earth in your mind and show them where you are. Then use the laser to guide them in. And then you fucking do what they're about to do right now. And this is what happens, supposedly. So we'll start it over now. So now that you got the basis of it.
Okay.
So look, they've already meditated.
Yeah.
Now they're using the laser pointer like we talked about. They're letting them know where they are so that they can demonstrate their capabilities. Boom! Stars don't do that, by the way.
No.
Stars don't do that.
Sense. Yeah.
And then this thing folds in on itself again. That is not anything conventional. And then there's other ones.
That's not a satellite. Or
yeah, it's not a
anything like that.
satellite.
What the fuck?
This one's like terrible. I don't know why it's putting it in this quality.
Yeah, but I can still get like the gist. Jesus Christ.
It's pretty crazy though, man.
But like, what is that though? Like, are we saying that's an alien spaceship?
We're saying that that Dr. Greer, human initiated contact is a real thing, is what they're saying. So if you allow yourself, you can't be afraid, because if you're afraid, and they're saying that abductions are fake.
Okay.
So these people that perform C5 are also under the guise that there are no abductions happening.
Okay.
That's all some fucking weird. We don't know, but it's not what's happening here.
Psychosis, like they imagine
Yeah,
everything.
it's something else.
Okay.
The hitchhiker effect, we don't really understand. There could be so many different things. People do go.
Do you imagine shit? Yeah, but like the detailed one about that dude who got like
Travis
hurt.
Walton.
Yeah, that got hurt by him. Yeah.
But think about the difference. Travis even says it now. So that there's a difference between abductions. Travis doesn't believe he was abducted.
Yeah.
Travis believes that he got too close to their craft.
It was an accident. Yeah.
He was next to it. Think about if you stood behind a jet
Yeah.
while it was taking the fuck off.
But he still did get abducted, technically.
No, they took him on board, fixed what fucking happened, or he would have died.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, you want us to help you? You want to die,
Sure.
right? So, hey, we need you for 5 days.
Well, what if they did do that before? They were like, all right, we got new protocols, guys. No more things with the butt.
Jesus Christ. Listen, but I'm also investigating Betty and Barney Hill. They were the first abduction story from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
They were an interracial couple. Could the pressure of society drove them mad? Think about it. Think about the segregation at the time. They're an interracial couple when it was first.
So what, did they want to like spread that like, hey, we can coexist?
No, we think that the pressure.
Like, what's their motive? Like, what would be
their motive?
to
They
make
didn't
some
have a
motive?
motive.
So they just went nuts.
They just
I don't
with
believe
the
you
mountain.
go nuts.
Think about if everyone in the community looked at you, talked about you, spit on you when you were at coffee shops as an interracial couple. Dude, this was not
So
accepted.
they drink and smoke.
People handle stress differently. These are religious people.
To say they just went nuts is a little crazy.
I'm proposing the theory. I'm not saying it's what happened.
I know. It just seems a little less plausible. I mean, obviously, like,
Listen, maybe they
believing
did
in the whole thing is a little crazy
Maybe
as well.
there is, but
like,
malevolent beings.
All right, so they just went crazy for no reason because like societal pressures. I don't think.
No,
that.
maybe there is actually bad alien ETs. Maybe there are bad ETs out there. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know.
I mean, if there's good, there's
anyone who
bad.
pretends to know. Well, no.
Well, can we get back to the one you were talking about where you're saying that it's like a fucking peace treaty?
What more is to say about that?
What alien races are there? Like we're talking about like
We're talking about like thousands of
different
species from vastly different areas of the galaxy,
Shit.
universe. If you not the galaxy, the universe, and that there's been a past.
So maybe the moon's like their
there's been-
fucking like viewing station.
Or maybe it is just an actual formation that was turned into a base.
Yeah.
Because other planets have moons. Some have 2, 3.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon. But ours is weird because it doesn't fucking spin.
Yeah, remember I was telling you about the thing where they dropped the shuttle that they landed on with during the lunar landing? They dropped the shuttle down and they had some seismographs on the moon. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I don't know. I've also
dude, like
did
it
you hear about
literally
the rocket?
rang like a bell though when that hit down.
I wish I knew. There's so many theories. There's so many stories out
Yeah, I
there.
know.
There's stories that like NASA has pictures. Like they got pictures back of a base, legitimate base, like clear as day, base on the moon, on the dark side of the moon. Because the moon doesn't spin. Where would you put it?
Yeah.
On the side that fucking shines on them every night?
Yeah.
Just have a base sitting there haunting them every night? Like, because they haven't told us anything yet.
Yeah.
Why would they put it there? They're going to put it on the side you can't see it on, right? So once that was all found out, then a treaty was signed with Eisenhower. No. So I don't know if these two connect. Oh Jesus, there's so many out there.
I know.
There's also one that like there was a treaty signed that with Eisenhower. That's a different story. But after we found this base, and like there was a guy in the room who was doing troubleshooting on the broken machine who showed the picture because he was of equal rank with the guy that was needed help getting fixed. One of the things fixed that the pictures were coming back. They were relaying in and getting printed in the room. So he was working in the room where the pictures were coming in at the right time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ifs.
I know. There's a lot of like.
There's a lot of ifs here.
Yeah.
But if it's true, but the guy was like very sincere about his testimony. He's like, I was expecting to see this on the news the next day. We found a base on the moon, and then he's like, and it's been 20 years. And he just says that, and he's like, it's been 20 years.
Yeah, that's heavy.
So
Fucking
the
hell,
dude
that's
doesn't
heavy.
sound like he's never made money. He's never done the UFO circuit.
Yeah.
He was a military guy who just happened to be
Just
in the right
there
spot.
and saw something fucked up.
Imagine you were someone who got a picture of a base on the moon. You're fucking, and it's getting printed out. Your job is to airbrush that shit out, and it never existed. But you got a guy like you got.
That seems very plausible.
But think
like-
about it. Me and you.
Yeah.
Right. The first time we met, I brought up UFOs. We started talking. There's like a slight connection, right?
Yeah.
What if that happened with these two guys, and he had this giant secret in his hands, and he just wanted to tell someone,
Yeah, just someone. Yeah.
just somebody, and he
Like,
knew it was
dude,
gonna.
this shit
He
is
knew that this was
fucked
gonna go
up.
deep down the fucking
Yeah.
trench. This was never gonna come out.
Well, dude, that was the first thing I wanted to do when I saw one. I was like, yo, I gotta tell someone. This is fucking nutty.
Yeah, I was telling
Like, I wanted to tell someone before I forgot because I was like, this needs to like get burned in my brain right now.
I was telling Lorian about your experience, and she very interested in it.
Really?
Yeah, very interested in it because not
Yeah.
only did you see it, but felt something peculiar, and that's a sign. That think about that. That confirms it right there.
What?
If that feeling that you had,
Yeah.
that you were seen,
Yeah.
that creepy feeling,
Spooky,
I think
man.
was them trying to tell you, don't worry,
Yeah.
we're leaving,
I think it was.
right? And
Like
don't
I said,
worry,
like I
don't
said from
worry,
the
don't
jump,
panic.
It was never a bad feeling. It wasn't like I was scared.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, oh, like they know we see them.
Yep. And I think, maybe they just needed some water to keep going.
Yeah.
That's what if Earth is a gas station?
Could be, man. Like going back to what it was. Like it is
USOs.
kind of a perfect, the perfect planet.
It's one of the, I mean,
Like
we have
theoretically, it could
problems.
house like many different species of life from other planets,
yeah.
like a Men in
yeah.
Black type thing, because
we
like
could.
it has every environment conceivable almost.
Yeah, we would be able to host a lot of different
What if we are an
communities.
MIB thing, dude?
Imagine
It's just like they're
No,
already
imagine our
just like
kids.
living everywhere around us.
by the time we have kids that they grew up in a world where they grew up alongside some other
Yeah. Like
species.
Futurama, dude.
Like
Ever watch that show?
yeah, I mean, the comedy and stuff. It bothers. I don't like cartoon. I don't, no, I never really liked
dude,
it.
come on.
Never
So
really-
you don't watch Rick and Morty? You're missing out, bro.
Everyone
you're
says
just,
that, but
you're
I know,
simply just
everyone
missing
says
out.
that, but I have plenty that I love,
Sure,
like
sure.
House of the Dragon, bro.
But get you some more.
Woo!
There's always room for more.
Wait, House of the Dragon had such a big shoe to fill coming
yeah.
off the back of Game of Thrones.
They did good.
And they did so well.
Yeah.
Like, I am so invested in it.
Mm.
And when the season ended, I almost fucking cried. Because I was like,
It was
I was
good,
like,
man.
Rhaenyra, like,
Yeah, dude.
I feel for
Fucking
you.
kid got munched up.
Dude, munched. Just like Game of
So easy,
so
just
true to the
whoosh.
Game of Thrones thing,
Yeah.
where they don't give a
No,
fuck.
no remorse. Yeah.
No remorse. Because I'm like, oh shit, this kid's gonna get away, and like
Yeah, that's what everyone thought. We're like, oh, he's just gonna fuck around with him, then they're gonna get away or
he's-
something like
yeah,
that.
But
Or he's maybe
even-
gonna fall off and get caught by the dragon or something. But
I
no.
thought he was gonna dive and catch him,
Yeah.
break his neck like Bran or something.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't. That fall, you're
Yeah,
not making it.
You're done. Yeah.
You're done.
But fucking hell.
You die. By the way, you would die before you hit the ground.
yeah, just get
You'd have
one piece by
They
that.
say
though.
if you'd fall from a height like that, you'd have a panic so great
Oh yeah.
that you'd have a heart attack before you even hit the ground.
Sure. I mean, some people probably would make it through.
Maybe, dude. I would hope I
Dude,
died.
if I was falling
That's
like
why I
that,
fucking hate
if I was
flying.
falling like that, I'd just give up, man. I'd just be like, I'd flip upside down, look at the stars, and fucking just
There's
take
gonna
my
be
last
no stars
breath.
because you're gonna be flying
Just
over New
take
York.
my last breath, man.
Did you see the air show crash?
Oh, the two planes, yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Imagine, and they say that shit happens every year.
Really?
That we just never see it.
Fucking hell.
And like pilots die all the time in those air shows, and like it's like a huge dude. By the way, also
Like, why are you doing
shout
that?
out to Netflix. I watched FIFA Uncovered.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Good.
Holy shit, dude! FIFA is the most corrupt organization.
Why?
Everybody in the fucking organization was taking money, bribes, fucking Think the dude. I'm telling you, it was like a mafia movie.
Really?
Dude, I was like, how have I never heard about this?
That's hilarious.
Dude, FIFA, the World Cup. They organize the biggest event every 4 years, besides the Olympics. The World Cup is the largest stage.
Oh yeah.
And it has been since like 78. And there was just straight up every single person.
So what they had
in the
like they would like
organization-
fix games and shit.
No, nothing like that. They were taking bribes on where, like, who was going to get the rights to broadcast it on TV. So
Oh,
they were
okay,
making
yeah,
up
yeah.
fake, like, there was this company, ILM, or not ILM, but IL something. And that company was created specifically to broadcast all the World Cup games every single year. And so they basically, FIFA was that company was giving money to FIFA to sell the rights
Yeah.
to broadcasters. Everything from the fucking TV to the hot dogs was a fucking
Wow.
scam.
That's hilarious,
This
man.
this goes deep, and it's still going on
Yeah.
to this day. 24 people got charged with things like racketeering, things they do, dude. Things
that's
that they
hilarious.
prosecute mob bosses for.
Yeah.
Literally,
What?
like money laundering, racketeering, corruption.
Well, dude, you're right.
Everything.
It probably is the most like lucrative like
Money-
sports franchise.
Money, I don't give a fuck who it is. Money corrupts absolutely.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
power. Power too. Power corrupts.
No, it's essentially power because money buys power,
Mo-
and
yeah,
money
and
is
power
power.
kinda
Money
go
equals
together.
power. Yeah.
Yeah. So that just every single time, everybody corrupts.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a few that don't, I guess. But even in the shadows, you never know. Like,
Dude, I mean,
they're
it
probably-
runs every government. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like every government's
was a
fucking corrupt
billionaire-
like that. Every fucking person's
think
corrupt
about
like
it.
that. You give anyone enough money.
if I was a billionaire,
Yeah.
and my wife was 80 years old like I was,
Mm-hmm.
I would fuck prostitutes all the time. All the time.
For sure. For
Because
sure.
why not?
Why not?
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, even me, corrupt. Like,
mean, yo, that's not
dude, give
necessarily
me billions of
corrupt.
dollars. I'm sorry,
That's
but I'm
one of
probably
the
not
oldest
making
professions
it.
in the world, my man.
What?
I don't know if that's corruption. Prostitution?
Cheat,
Oh, it's a sin. I don't know
Adultery-
if that's being corrupt.
adultery is corruption
It's a
of the heart.
sin- it's a sin.
corruption of the heart. You're cheating. You're actively cheating on your wife because you're hungry for young meat. Like,
I mean, yeah.
and your dick don't even work no more. You're just fucking 20 seconds of bliss.
Just rub it out, dude. Puff out some dust.
Thank God.
But nah, I mean that's a little different bit of the story. I mean, everyone's corrupt because, like, dude, you give anyone enough money, they will do anything.
Yeah, that's the
They'll
problem.
do
That
some
was the problem
wild
with FIFA.
shit. Like, look at girls just
FIFA-
selling their coochie now.
Yeah, and
Fucking
like
easy money.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
OnlyFans, like every single girl. Dude, I was watching a porn one time, and I was like, "Is that?"
No,
And
when
I-
you recognize one.
I was like, "Is that?"
Yo, that's hilarious.
And I'm not gonna say the name, but I was like, "Is that?"
Bro, I had a
And
teacher.
it was like no face girl. I was like, "Of course."
dude, I literally had a teacher in middle school.
I had a girl. I knew a
Dude,
girl.
our
that did
teacher in
that.
middle school, we found her porno.
She get
she-
fired for it.
No, like it was just kind of like a known thing. Like everyone just kind of knew and then seen it. It was just like we'd all go to
It's
class.
like, why wouldn't you watch
We'd all
it?
go to class and like whisper about it and
Like,
shit.
yo, did you jerk off to her twice last night?
Dude, it was on like
I
some,
did 4.
It was on some fucking fringe ass porn site too.
Yeah,
like
there was this girl-
Big Round and Brown or something like that.
There was this girl that she was a smoke show, like just absolute, magnificently beautiful woman. But she had a temper. And she dated one of my friends, Jesse, who's actually passed away from drug overdose. Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But she, they broke up. Like, I knew her through that relationship because I was Jesse's friend.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew her. But she went on to date this other kid. And then she went on to some college that was just, I forget what college it was, but it was just one of those ones that's like, this girl's going to get fucking double teamed like all the time. And then the first semester, what comes right back, because I was a year below her.
Yeah.
So I was a senior. What comes back into high school? Some kid goes, dude, I almost said the name. He's like, we'll make up a name. We'll say Kelsey. That's not the name.
All right.
So he goes, dude, I found, someone sent me, Kelsey did a porn. And I watched it. I'm like, I wanted to see this girl nude my whole life. You know what I mean? And you just get the opportunity. You're like, you at school. I was like, I can't wait to
Dude,
go home and jerk
it's like a
off.
win for everyone.
Yeah, dude, I was going through the last period. Like, I just want to go home and jerk off to this video. Come on!
Dude, a girls just be ashamed of that, but now it's like they make millions of dollars off of it.
It was funny because it was on one of those college, college things. And
I always wonder if they're real sometimes. So I guess
I know for a fact they are now because Kelsey did one, and I watched them act
like
something
the amateur
out.
college girl.
Yeah, no, I was blown away, and I probably watched that thing 1 million times over the course of the last 15 years. So enjoy. Thank you, Kelsey.
Got that saved to your laptop somewhere?
No. I used
Hidden
to
files.
me and my cousin used to know the code word that would bring it up on Pornhub, but I don't remember what it is now anymore.
Oh, she made it to the big leagues though. There you go.
Yeah, she made it to the big leagues. She did. Good job. I'm very proud of her. Very proud of her. But anyway, let's get out of here. Let's get out of this topic, please.
Hey, can I twist up a little spliff? You don't mind?
No.
No.
You can make a bowl though. That's all I got left.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna run you dry.
Yeah, you can't run me dry.
There's some still in the grinder.
Actually, if you can use that to do it, yeah.
I can. I just need a little bit of a cigarette.
Oh, you fucking whore. No, that's not enough.
This?
Maybe it is.
I think it'll be alright.
But what do you think of this guy, Putin?
Putin?
Do you think he's going to destroy the Earth with nuclear weapons? They have more nuclear weapons than the United States.
Dude, that motherfucker scares the hell out of me because he is not bluffing.
When you back a wolf into a corner, what do they do?
He is not bluffing. He will fucking do it.
Apparently he's dying.
Yeah, I heard that. He's got cancer or some shit.
Yeah, but they got some advanced ass treatment that they've been doing on him. Looks like it's working, but who knows? This guy could be dead at any moment and just be like, I'm taking everybody with me.
I think I heard though that the way they set up their fucking generals and shit.
I hope someone kills him.
There's a checks and balances though. They can't all send their fucking missiles if he says that. It's like
I hope
they all have their own missile.
I hope if he did start going crazy, one of them would have the balls to stand up and just pop him in the fucking brain.
Because there's no way out here.
Everybody in the world, every single fucking person on this earth would be like, we forgive you. Yeah. You're not going to hell for that one. Don't worry.
Yeah. They literally
don't worry.
Can we just not blow the world up, please?
Yeah. Literally the United States would pardon every criminal action if you kill Putin.
Dude,
if you just pop him.
I think it honestly would be. If it would just be let's talk peace talks.
That's what we need.
We're just going to go back to what it was a couple of years ago, and we're just going to say none of this happened. I think everyone would be so cool with that.
And we need to start focusing.
Because that motherfucker is crazy, and he will pull the trigger.
I think...
it's playing Russian roulette with a real Russian.
Yeah, and you don't want to.
You don't want to do it. He'll fucking pull that trigger.
You really don't want to play that game with them. It's like drinking shot-for-shot vodka. Stoknik vodka.
A Stoli.
Yeah, I'm all set. I'm all set with that. But truly Russia. But Russia, the one thing that is actually true is if they hit Ukraine with a nuclear weapon, the fallout would carry back into Russia.
Yeah. Well,
because it's so close that the drift because Russia's downwind.
If they bombed Ukraine,
if they hit that's what's stopping them.
They wouldn't do that. They want Ukraine. They
they don't want to reign over. Literally, actually, Rhaenyra said it in House of Dragons. I don't want to rule over dust and
ashes. Yeah.
So that's like, but this whole idea of mutually assured destruction, and that's the whole reason we don't do it. That's gonna go away.
It's a thin line.
Because it is a fucking thin line. Because you're gonna get one of these Hitler types who doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And who knows? Putin may turn into that. Dude, if the circumstances are correct.
There, dude. He's there.
Keep going.
He's a fucked up cat. Like he's no good guy, and he will fucking do it because he's got no other choice at this point. Yeah. Like you said, he's backed into a corner.
Yeah, and they just took that city back.
He keeps losing, and he's like, "Yo,
Carson."
That Plan B is looking nicer and nicer to him. Dude.
Yeah, they took Kherson back. And Putin's facing a coup right now in Russia over the Kherson thing. So that's what I wanted to talk about.
He'll just murder them all.
No. Well, yeah, he was former KGB. You know how he walks?
Will murder them all, replace them all.
You know how he walks? So he walks. If you watch him walk, one arm stays. It doesn't bend. That's a KGB thing. It's because you're always ready to get. They always have an arm.
He's always strapped.
It's always ready to go. So, when you watch him walk, people think, "Oh, he has a limp." No, that's a KGB. That's a sign of. They do weird shit in the KGB. They cut you and shit in the KGB to test you.
They did that in World War II or maybe World War One. The Germans would fucking scar themselves.
Scars are like trophies.
Yeah, they would make themselves look scarier and shit.
Yeah, that's why all the Nazis, like the real fucking
hardcore ones, they have
they always had these weird
cuts all over them, dude.
Because they would fucking sword fight.
Yeah,
and really hit each other. Crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
That's what they're bred from, dude.
I'm so glad that I live right now. Think about. Really take this in for a moment.
We've never had a real war here.
No, take this in. Yeah, we have. Iraq was a real war.
Not here. We didn't fight it here.
Oh, not here, no. Not here. Not here since the revolution. Well, the Civil War.
And we were using fucking muskets.
Civil War.
But go ahead.
Think about this. We were born in the dawn of, not only are we put on paradise,
yep,
but we're put on paradise at a moment that will forever be remembered as this weird. 100 years ago, we were drawing horse. How do you say it? Horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy. Yeah.
100 years later, we're on the moon.
Yeah.
There's
not even 100 years later.
So we're born in this generation, and then then it gets a little deeper. We were specifically born at a time when we still got, at least I, at 29 years old, got to experience a life before it.
Yeah.
And a really long time before it.
My childhood was before the first iPhone, mostly.
Yeah.
I remember the first iPhone coming out.
Yeah, me too.
And that makes me feel fucking old as shit.
And I used to come home when the streetlights came on.
Yeah.
And we were one of the last. We were literally a transition because I was
the end of an age. Yeah.
I was a sophomore in high school when I got my first cell phone.
Because our parents were grown up in the 60s and 70s, where it was they kind of just, I don't know, they were a different breed, man.
And now I'm sitting here talking about UFOs in a studio that I built in a house in Boston with nothing to worry about.
Man. We're so cushioned. It sucks.
With nothing to worry about.
And especially, dude, we grew up in probably one of the best spots in the world.
Literally.
Not just this, I think, in this country. Yeah. Fuck everyone else. But, we have 4 seasons, great fucking, water, air, everything. Everything you'd ever fucking want here. And we're in one of the freest countries where we can do whatever the fuck we want. And then the rest of the world's struggling, dude. There's a large portion of the world that is struggling.
And I think that's
whole continent, basically, of Africa, ton of parts of India, China, most of South America is still fucked up.
There are still tribes that are disconnected.
Yeah.
So we live alongside species that, our same species,
Dude, they're probably more
But
happy
so
than us.
different.
They're probably
So different.
way more happy than us.
Like the Dogon tribe and shit.
They're just fucking chilling.
They do their thing, but there's still a lot of
Dude, they have a little bit of struggle, but like, dude, they know how to deal with it. That's their like they mastered their little niche, and they're like, that's how we're supposed to live, dude.
yeah.
Like,
I
they're
think-
like the natural human. We're the fucking weird alien hybrid human that's like, oh, I need more stuff.
yeah. We constantly. Like
We don't
like
live
I
our
said
own-
in that first
Yeah.
time, if the cell phone stopped being developed and it just stopped its evolution right here,
That'd be so cool.
it would be perfect.
Yeah.
We wouldn't need to go any further than we are right now. This is we have all the information at the tips of our fingers.
Mm-hmm.
We do not need to go anywhere from here. We can stay here until forever.
Yeah.
Until something fucking hits us and we all die a miserable death.
Yeah.
Tragically. And and nothing is ever remembered about us. So sorry folks, it's all for nothing. Just kidding. I think our spirit does a couple stints on Earth, or some planet as a being,
I like to believe that too. But like,
and then we join.
but what happens when you turn into like a AI?
I don't know.
You just get locked in.
No, I think because it wouldn't be you. It'd be.
But it kind of is. Well, I think you is your consciousness.
I don't
Right?
Even, I don't even like to go down this road because
Dude, it's a deep path, man.
This one freaks me out.
Yeah.
Because I can handle the ET thing.
Yeah.
But the whole
like what the fuck?
consciousness
Like what the
transfer-
fuck are you?
Yeah, I can't. Honestly, honest to God, it makes me self-reflect so much
Yeah.
that I fall into a weird pit of like.
dude, because you start questioning like, what the
depression.
fuck even am I, dude?
Depression,
What
like
the hell's
hardcore
my
depression.
What the hell's my point here? Do I even fucking matter?
Yeah, so you
You're
got to
just
be
like,
careful.
"Ah."
You got to be careful with the subject
Yeah.
because I've at times been sitting there like, fuck, dude, what am I?
Yeah.
Like, in the grand scheme of things, what is this?
Yeah. And then you're just like, you go down the rabbit hole and then you just start like fucking questioning
Yeah.
everything.
And then you're like, maybe Putin is right. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Just blow it all up.
Just blow it all up. No.
Fuck 'em.
Back to. I don't even
There's
know.
no back
There's
to.
no back at this point. We're down. But I think it's fun to challenge. What's so bad about it all?
No, I mean,
If the world was this little magical ball, like that we just can't perceive all the way yet.
dude, I love the fact that there might be a little more stuff we don't know. You know, it makes shit a little more like mystical. I don't know, fucking more fun.
Yes, it
Like-
makes like I said.
Like, I want to believe that there's like some fucking cosmic force and shit. I want to believe there's fucking aliens out there and they're fucking around with us. That'd be cool as shit. That'd be better than our fucking reality.
I'm good. You have a confirmation
Yeah.
that not a lot of people have.
I'm convinced, but like feel like I still have to affirm it to everyone else.
No, you don't. That's the problem. You don't.
Mm.
Because as long as you believe and you're confident about your beliefs, no one will challenge you because they can't, because they will never change your mind.
Yeah.
And that's how you beat it.
Well, my whole thing is just have an open mind, man. Like, there might be some crazier shit going on. Then it's not all
Yeah.
fucking black
If
and white.
you know-
There's a lot of shades of gray going on.
If you know, so I'm gonna repeat this because I think it's very important. If what you, your mother and father all saw was in fact an extraterrestrial spacecraft
Yeah.
that did something it shouldn't have been able to do,
Mhm.
right? And you saw that, and you know for a fact it was there.
Yeah.
You did not hallucinate it
No.
because two other
Shared
people saw it.
hallucination out of
Yeah.
the blue.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe that's possible. to have
Yeah,
a
that
shared
sounds a little more
hallucination. Each
far-fetched.
person would have their own fucking
version
version of the.
And we
they'd
all
be
saw the
like-
same thing.
like, "Ah!" and
Yeah.
like you'd be because something in the fucking atmosphere just hit you
Yeah.
like that. Some poisonous gas.
Yeah, like what-
something.
We ate some bad fucking
Yeah,
beef or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Who knows? Mad cow disease hits you all at once,
Yeah.
right? And you see this fucking thing, right? Who knows what happens like that? But if that's not the case, and you know exactly what you saw, then if I was to question you, what the fuck does it matter?
It's
Because you know.
Yeah.
You know, and you, the other person will find out.
Mm-hmm.
They will, trust me. Man, everyone's gonna need to come to terms with this on their own.
No, they need like you need to have
You're
an
gonna
open
have to sit
mind
down with your
because
family.
yeah, it's a lot.
And be like, can you guys hear that? Did you hear it?
Yeah, that was loud as fuck.
That's what you gotta do. You're gonna crack your back, and then you're gonna sit down with your family and be like, there's shit out there that we don't understand.
Yeah.
Period. Go back to bed. That's it.
Sleep with that one, kids.
Go to bed. That thing under the bed, it might be real. Just call me if it's happening.
Anything's
Actually,
possible.
don't. You're on your own, kid. 4 years old, you got it.
Mm.
You can no, but no. You need to have that conversation though. Everyone's gonna need to do that.
I mean, I think it's
There
just gonna
is
get.
a bout of depression that comes with it.
I think it's just gonna get more and more apparent that there is something that going on, and it's gonna get harder and harder for people to ignore it.
Dude,
so
when you-
that's gonna cause some fucking friction.
And you haven't even heard a lot of the testimony I've heard because
Yeah.
you don't watch all the movies and shit.
No.
I have a list of recommendations that you need to watch
Mhm.
that will literally blow your fucking mind
Mm.
because of the implications of it are just like,
Yeah. Does it bother you when people get more vivid? Because then I feel like
What do you mean?
some people think like when you get more vivid, you're making shit up.
if you, yeah, because if you,
You know what I
remember
mean?
so
Because you're
much
just kind of
detail.
like embellishing the story that would like
Bob
it
Lazar.
might have just been a baseline story.
Bob Lazar is,
Yeah.
that's a lot of
Like
people.
yeah, that was like the main argument against him. Like yeah, like he's probably just fucking writing this shit down and like oh this is a cool story. Like let's go along with this one.
well, because Bob Lazar even says that he didn't work there for long,
Mm.
and he has all this detail.
Yeah.
Right? And so some people are like, well, also if you look at Bob Lazar, like there might be a hint of autism there, and those kind of people do have like these abilities.
Yeah,
that
and he
are
is a real
remarkable.
genius. Like
Yeah.
he was working with some crazy propulsion
So,
shit
like-
even before that.
So half of me really, 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 really wants to believe Bob Lazar,
Yeah.
but there's like this one corner piece
Mhm.
that's always going to be on the other side because I need to be
Yeah.
objective.
Yeah, you need
and
to
I
have a little
to-
bit of skepticism,
and if some-
or like
if
a
it-
lot of skepticism actually.
If it came out, if Bob stood up tomorrow and was like, dude, I lied about the whole thing this whole time,
right?
I still have that foot in the door and I'm like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Most of me was wrong on this one.
Yeah.
So have you ever been, because if you're in a room with someone who can lie,
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to feed off. Like,
Some people it's obvious. Some people can really fucking like
Yeah.
have like a slick fucking like
Yeah,
just
they're
lie to
good.
your face and not you won't
Yeah.
even know.
they're good with it. They're very
Yeah.
good with it. And
But you can then again you can kind of tell that there's a hint of bullshit somewhere. You just don't know where.
yeah, I guess so. There's always something that's off
Yeah.
when you're talking to someone like that. And, you know, that's another thing we talk about is think about where our challenges are. They're not physical anymore. They're mental,
Yeah.
right? So where are we going to evolve? Probably here,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you have these things like deja vu and other, weird phenomenon that happens to human beings.
Yeah.
All of it. Just put it together and, look at it from outside perspective.
Yeah.
Like, is there something else that's going to, like, what are we going to become if we keep going down this path? And you have to think, is it machine? Is that always our destiny?
I think it is.
Is that always the way this happens?
I don't think it should be, but I think we're gonna steer so like blindly into that it's gonna happen regardless, whether we want to or not.
You want one?
What's up?
Want a cola?
Sure.
Huh?
Sure. Got cotton mouth over here.
Oh, I get the stuffiest nose for some reason. It's bothering me. Yeah. So the back to we're gonna finish off with a little bit of moon talk again. I just
Yeah.
want to spit some truths. So the moon has craters over its entire surface.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no atmosphere, right, on the moon, and
Mhm.
it gets hit all the time.
Yeah.
It's
like a shield.
Yeah, it's like a shield. It brings in because if something's coming in and it is gonna pass by the moon, the moon if the object is slow enough,
Mm-hmm.
the moon's gravitational force will pull it in,
Yeah.
right? And that before it gets to us. And there's another thing that Graham talks about with the Taurid meteor stream. Sorry. Taurid meteor stream apparently is really dangerous and is most likely the meteor set that caused some sort of apocalyptic event to some entire civilization of advanced beings that lived on Earth, predating the Ice Age. So
Yeah. And isn't there like some cultures that have stories about a time before the moon?
not before the moon.
I'm pretty sure there's like
I don't know
these
about
like
that
fucking
one.
like
I don't think
old-ass
I
cultures
don't
that,
think
like,
the
have,
moon's
like-
created like that.
no. I'm saying like they think like it was
just
like their
showed up one day?
it was like their origin story,
Like
or
the
some
Dark
shit.
Star,
Yeah.
the Death Star. I mean, Dark Star. That sounds a lot better though.
Kinda does.
Dark Star.
Yeah.
They just showed up like the Death Star, and it's like
Yeah.
fuck. But this shows that that kind of shows us how protected that we actually are, and how dangerous it can become
Yeah.
very quickly
Yeah.
if we damage our atmosphere and continue on the path that we're on.
Yeah. I think like if we both are under the assertion, I believe that like, there is some funny shit going on. They had some play in our history, right?
I think yes, I think so.
So to say that and like say like the moon's kind of like the perfect shield. To say that they didn't put that there to foster a little bit better of life, and like you said, it could happen without it. To say that they put that there to help things go a little better, not too crazy.
It isn't, I suppose. I guess it's not.
Because
There's-
most
there-
of the
yeah.
shit we're saying is like
It's over the top in the first
we're
place.
fucking guessing at everything, man.
Literally.
So it's like
Yeah.
just
listen,
push your imagination a little bit further.
Yeah,
Because it
I just
like
that is hard to believe because it's such a big structure
it is.
that. But even as human beings, we're already talking about mining asteroids.
Yeah.
Mining
Weird
hold
shit.
on.
Yeah.
There's one asteroid that is worth. I have.
Yeah, we were talking about this last time. It's worth like more than all the gold we have in history or some shit.
It could make every single person on the planet
Yeah.
a billionaire, and literally every single person on the planet would be a billionaire.
Yeah.
And NASA's going to keep that for themselves, guys.
Of course.
I don't know about it, but I really want to look more into the Taurid meteor stream. Apparently there's something that happens, so it's always there. Like it's a
Yeah, and like I think it's when a planet just passes like a little bit too close to it, draws some shit out with the gravity, and then stuff gets flown into space.
yeah. There's a lot of space junk up there
Yeah.
that we don't think about. And
Dude, at any time one of those things would get slipped out of their fucking orbit, come towards us.
there was a
and
story.
Boom.
There's a story. This just happened maybe a couple of years ago. There was a rocket booster that came off of a. It was supposed to fall off into the ocean.
Yeah.
It didn't. They accidentally. I don't know how it ended up in the atmosphere and fucking just
went off into space.
went
yeah.
off. Poop. And then apparently it found its own.
Orbit around,
the Earth.
There's a ton of space
And
junk
then
up there.
eventually, boom! It hit the moon.
Really?
Explosion on the moon. Like this happened, and we couldn't see
sick.
it from here, but the rocket booster hit the moon,
Yeah.
like impacted it like a meteor.
Yeah.
And they were able to watch this shit happen because they knew, and no country. It was China. Come on, China. We knew it was you, and they never fessed up. They're like, nah,
We kind of blew it, but yeah.
we just bombed the moon by accident. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Happens, Shake it off, rub some dirt in it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, what do you think the aliens thought about that one? Stupid
Did you hear
monkeys.
about the nuke?
No.
There's a story that they were doing a nuclear test, and they were going to do it high up in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
To instead of hitting the ground, they were going to demonstrate how you could detonate it. It's actually more beneficial if the bomb detonates in
orbit and drops down.
and
Yeah.
not in our orbit. It would be low Earth orbit.
Yeah.
And then if the detonation takes place there and then rains down, yes.
Yeah.
It's more effective than if the bomb hits and just kind of
Yeah.
keeps itself
You want it to
there.
explode over the city, not on it. Yeah.
Right.
More damage.
So that's their testing.
Yeah.
This thing boop, it was a dummy warhead. So it wasn't actually, this was the test of the test.
Yeah.
So, firing it, making sure they could get it up into the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So this didn't have any, but while maybe it did. I don't know. 'Cause they called it a dummy warhead. I don't know if maybe it was live. I don't know. I didn't look further into that, but they called it a dummy warhead. So whatever that means. And it goes up, and then this fucking ship. There was a cameraman.
Yeah.
The guy that was recording it, following it, and he says a ship comes in. The rocket's here. It's going up into low Earth orbit. This thing fires a beam into it here, then comes up, fires a beam into it here, fires a beam into it here, and then the thing just tumbles out of the fucking sky. And then the ship is gone. And they have it on camera. And that's the...
Yo, I want to see that shit.
Dude, the guy that talks about it is so credible.
Yeah.
The guy the cameraman. Because he was just he was just there to fucking... He wasn't... He didn't expect to fucking see some aliens come out of the...
They were probably just like, there's no shot we're letting this thing go up.
No, they were like, you've reached your limit.
Yeah.
We're not accepting this. Do not put another one of these on the atmosphere. So that's the message that they were sending.
How fucking scared do you think they were when they saw that?
Imagine you just see that,
They
right?
were like, oh, fuck.
Like you're a huge military general and you're like...
You're just like, oh, you're ready for this task. You better show all the generals.
You just...
Fuck.
And you just kind of sit there, your tail goes between your legs. And that's what I worry about, is the alpha male syndrome.
Yeah.
What if they want to fight? What if they want to false flag a fucking...
Yeah, like, oh, that's an
racial-
act of war.
Exactly.
Like, dude.
It is. If another country did what that thing did,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be an act of war.
Yeah.
Also, the videos that came out, the craft was actively it was passively passively jamming the radar.
Really?
So passively means it's jamming everything, not specifically you.
Yeah. Just like a blanket like thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Active is when I'm fucking targeting you.
Gotcha.
Right? So this was passive. So it wasn't an act of war,
Yeah.
but some people consider it on the borderline. They don't give a fuck. They're like, all right, you're jamming me. It's on.
Yeah.
So wars have been fought for less. Put it that way. And that, like, there's this thing that can just shut our nukes off. There's other reports
Just fucking
by
shut it all
Robert
down.
Salas, who was in, he was a missile controller. So he was down in the bunker. He gets a call. There's a red orb over the base. He's like, what? Okay. No. Like, call me when something real happens. The guy calls back again 20 minutes later. Real has this, like, shaken. He's like, dude, there's something that is flying over our missile silos.
Yeah.
And these things are miles apart, mind you. And it is directly over them. And as the guy's saying that to him, he looks over and all the missiles, which aren't connected, they're meant to be separate so that if one goes down, they all don't go down.
Yeah.
So one by one, tick, off, all 10. He said at least 8 to 10 went off, offline. And then, then the thing, boop, goes away. And they come all back online. Tick, 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 tick. So it's like a message. He said it was a message.
Yeah.
Shut these
It's
things
like
off.
we can do this at any time.
We can take, like, this might be your best, but it's not ours.
Yeah.
So
Legit.
be careful. So I think there's and honestly, my gut instinct is that they're here to stop something.
Well, they don't want to fucking turn this place into a wasteland.
Because it's beautiful.
This is a literal oasis.
People really don't understand that how... You ever sat in front of a waterfall?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Yeah.
I'm a guy. I don't really talk about my feelings and stuff like that. But my lord,
Dude,
you know? And
let me tell you about a crazy waterfall, man. There was one down in Costa Rica. Same trip.
Costa Rica's dope.
And dude, there's this waterfall.
After seeing a UFO?
There's like, no, this was before it actually. This was like this famous waterfall. It comes down in like this little like basin and all these vines are hanging over the cliff and shit.
Can you jump in?
Nah, it's like a high waterfall. But it's like what, and like you can like swim in like the base of it and shit.
And it's just
like you're just
serene.
sitting there and you're just like, holy shit. This
It's marvelous.
Is, like,
This
literally,
nature
like,
made this.
Yeah, it's literally incredible just to be around that.
Even dogs. That thing that was created. Look at him. He's just rolling over there,
Yeah.
having a great... Logan, what's up, man? I got a treat for you.
We got a fucking beautiful place here, man.
What if this is
We can
heaven?
blow it up. Might be.
Give them that treat. What if people have it wrong? What if people have it backwards? What if we already are in
You're
heaven?
living it. Well,
Yeah,
dude,
we
that would,
suffer.
that would depress the shit out of some people.
Yeah, we suffer a little bit. We do. But we have to suffer.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be happy without suffering.
Well, dude, if
Because
we
think about it. You wouldn't know what happiness is if
Yeah.
you didn't suffer.
yeah.
Because happiness would just be default.
But that's also like we fucked that up in our own little weird lives, though. If we lived like the Native Americans and like all that shit, and like just live with the land and shit, the land will give you everything you need.
They talk about, the
That's where it's an oasis.
I love this story. The natives of I think it's like the Hopi, the Hopi.
Hopi, yeah, that's in
Hopi
like
tribe?
Arizona.
Yeah, they talk about a species of a extraterrestrial, literally downright. They don't give a fuck. They
Yeah.
say this.
They're like space travelers.
They say that they call them. Their name for them is the Star People.
Really?
They don't hide it. These Hopi tribes,
Yeah.
all across Arizona, they're like the Star People made us. They're here to protect us, and they have protected us before. They brought us underground during a cataclysmic event. Again, lines up with all the fucking stories,
Yeah.
and they took us underground so that we survived, and then we came back up when it was okay. That's their origin. That's
their origin story. That's
Yes.
fucking wild.
Wild. If any of that shit's true.
What?
So, and they talk about it freely like this, and it's not stigmatized. I want to go fucking live there with them because
Yeah.
if they're getting fucking regular
Oh,
contact,
they're gone, man.
yeah. No, the
I
Hopi
don't,
tribe.
I don't think
is-
there's many left.
yes, there's elders. There's people that still hold those traditions very dearly.
I've been to Arizona. We went to like the what are they, the fucking I don't know if it's the same tribe. The ones that had like the huts in the canyon walls.
I don't know. I'm not a.
Yeah. Well, anyways, like
There's a lot of different
I
tribes.
think they're like kind of like almost gone.
Well, these reservations and stuff still exist.
Yeah.
And there's people on the reservations because there's a lot of testimony again from films
Yeah.
that they always go to that area, Mount Shasta area.
Isn't that where like the
natives in Mount Shasta-
Skywalker Ranch or
Yeah, that's the
Skinwalker Ranch?
Utah Basin.
Yeah.
All that stuff is there, and like
said Skywalker.
it's all. Yeah, I know. Skywalker Ranch is a real thing though.
That sounds sick.
So, yeah, I mean, believe what you want, I suppose. But
Yeah.
I tend to believe, like the Native Americans are so in tune
Yeah.
with the world.
They just totally accepted it.
Yeah. And what if there is some truth to these stories?
Well, I mean, if you look at them, yeah, they lived perfectly with the land. They left almost no footprint, you know?
Yeah.
They
and I
like
think-
they took what the land gave them. They made their own shit, and they were fucking happy. We created all this fucking crazy shit ourselves. We created money. We created fucking
I
these
think-
weird, crazy jobs that we always had to do. We
Yeah,
created all
I'm
this
also
fucking
afraid,
madness, dude.
We're gonna wrap up in a minute, but I'm also afraid that Mother Nature eventually kicks back.
Big reset.
Yeah, she's like, you took too much.
Yeah,
I gotta recharge. Boom.
maybe.
Change up.
Yeah.
She shifts all the tectonic
Yeah,
plates at once.
she won't take out everyone, but she'll take
Yeah.
out a good chunk.
And that, because it's that famous Ultron line from Avengers 2, where he says, just as the earth settles, God throws a stone at it.
Mm.
And it's just like so perfectly, because
Dude, he was such a good fucking villain. They did him dirty by taking him out so
Yeah.
easily.
Well, they kind of brought him back in What If, and they're going to bring him back
Yeah.
in alternate dimensions.
Yeah,
as
that
like-
what if one was sick.
Yeah, he was tormentorous, and
Yeah.
I loved it. But end it here, just because we're on a good pace.
Yeah.
And what do you think about what you are? Because if you have had the thought about it,
Mhm.
what's your advice for someone who's going through that struggle of figuring out, if we're not the best of the best of the species in there, there's
Yeah.
something better than us, clearly. Does that personally affect us? I don't think it does.
No.
I think we're still special. I think all life is precious.
Yeah.
Even the fucking spider that walks by your room, I don't kill them.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I stopped killing anything.
Yeah.
And now I just pick them up and bring them outside. And honestly, I feel better about myself. And I think all life is precious no matter what. So because
For sure.
the fact that it even exists, right? Just because they got a head start doesn't mean they're better than us.
Yeah.
They just means they're more advanced. And we have to accept the fact that that could be a possibility.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Just like we have to accept the fact that human origin stories might be a little different than what we put forward right now.
Exactly.
So again, the whole
Just
moral
keep your mind open.
yeah, the whole moral of today's podcast was to be willing to accept that you're wrong sometimes. It's okay to be wrong. That's part of the human experience. Honestly, it's part of it to fuck up because as humans, we are a beautiful species. We are everything that we want to be. We can do anything that we want to do. We have been given that opportunity in this current environment, and
Yeah.
I think we're going to thrive if given the right circumstances. However, there are going to be a few bad apples, and we have to. That's the test. You can't just be given this.
Yeah.
It's something you have to achieve. It's something we have to achieve as a singular species, not a country to country, not a citizen to citizen, not a black to a white. All that shit's got to stop.
Yeah. No.
All of it. And until
we
it
gotta
does,
get out of our own way.
yes,
That's
until
basically
it
what
does,
it boils down to.
we're my whole thing is just be willing to be wrong because, like I said, we stumble and we fall and we get back up. That's
Exactly.
what humans do, and we keep going
Let's fucking go.
because what else are we gonna do?
Should be a motivational speaker.
What else are we?
That
gonna
was beautiful.
What else are we gonna do? You're gonna just roll over? Get the fuck out of here. But anyway,
Ah.
yeah, FIFA, man. Holy shit, dude. That story, you gotta watch that, man.
I will. I'll give
FIFA
it a look.
Uncovered was so dope.
Yeah, for sure.
I give it a Netflix. They had me on that platform for hours the past 2 days off. I gotta work at 4 a.m. though.
Some
What do
good
you like
shit.
to watch?
Dude, I'm all over the place.
You like Rick and Morty? Like I see. I can't get into cartoons.
Yeah, I like the superhero shit too. You know, I like a good drama as well.
A drink from the flat, gross, empty one.
I thought you just
ever get
drank.
that
I thought you
last-
just drank like fucking
ever
like
drink
your
that
cigarette
last
shit.
gross sip?
Thought you like ash in there and drank it. I
All
don't know.
right, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Yeah, share this video with your friends, family. It is a little bit X-rated. I do understand. We try. There's something coming in the future that's going to change everything, but this show will always exist in some form or fashion as well. And I can't wait to see where it goes because I love this.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing. I
a good
promise you.
time.
I promise you. There's nothing better than like if you do virtual. Watch, we'll do one, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, oh god, it sucks.
No, it's not the same at all.
I fucking don't want to do it anymore. Because once you do in person, it's like, shit. And there's an energy that builds.
Yeah,
right.
this is how it should be done.
Yeah, not virtual. Like I mean, for the pandemic, I understood it, and that's how I got guests.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to get guests.
Oh yeah, for
because you
sure.
could be like, just jump on Zoom.
I get that. You know, if like they don't want to travel here, but like, you know,
But then again, now you're gonna live in New York, so it's
true.
like things
it's
change.
true. But
Things
all my
change.
friends are up here anyway, so I'll be around plenty.
All right, guys. Like we said, we'll be back next week. Well, will we be back next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, and we'll be live. We'll not be live. We'll be pre-recorded, but we're gonna be live when we're live. So, fuck. Then think about that one.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Figure that one out. I hope everyone got to vote. Did you get to vote?
I did.
You're lying. I could tell. He's lying.
Sure,
He did not get to
sure.
vote. I have a sticker to prove it. I don't know where it is, but I got the fucking sticker to prove it.
Sure.
Just kidding. My voting was right next door. That's the only reason. If it was any further, I'd be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
for the midterm. But I hope everyone got to vote. You know, do your civic duty. It's the one thing they ask you to do. Also, die is the other thing. But we'll see you next week, guys. I want to play some funky music to bring us out.